Your American dream is out there, so go get it. Dreams don't come easy. They're gonna make you work for it. So put on your work boots, fire up your laptop, pour yourself a cup of coffee, because there's gonna be some late nights. American Family Insurance is your American dream insurance. We protect your home, your car, your business, and the most valuable thing you will ever own. Your dream is out there. Go get it. We'll protect it.
American Family Insurance.
Good evening. Welcome to Snohomish, Washington Veterans Memorial Stadium for playoff football on the Snohomish Times Sports Network. Our pregame show is presented by American Family Insurance. Scott Oshman joined tonight by John McClain. John, how you doing for playoff football against Glacier Peak and Seattle Prep?
I'm doing well. This is some nice football weather here. I mean,
Perfection.
It's not cold. It's not warm. It's not raining. And
Yet.
it's not gonna.
It's not gonna rain. We have the entire STSPN crew. If you're the first time joining us, welcome. The American Family Insurance pregame show. Well, Seattle Prep out of the Metro League. This is the first week of playoffs. Glacier Peak coming off a big victory over Arlington. The just high-powered, interesting game last week. They come out of that one alive with a 29-19 victory for the Eagles. And they face the Seattle Prep team, and it's a little bit deja vu. In 2012, Seattle Prep had to make the drive north, come up here for a playoff game. In Glacier Peak, it was all Grizzlies that night, 28-0. This time they're 4-5 out of the Metro League. John, they want to run, and then run some more.
We'll see if they can do that. I mean, Seattle Prep known for basketball?
That's right. There's some basketball players on this football team as well.
I mean, Seattle Prep normally puts together a great basketball team, but I don't know about their football teams. We're going to find something out tonight. But running against this GP defense, that's a daunting task.
It is. In fact, the Eagles last week, they tried and never succeeded. They ended minus 6 yards on 14 attempts.
Yeah, they did a pretty good job of putting the ball in the air, though.
They did. In fact, they did very well. 397 yards. Averaging 12.5 yards per completion on the passing game. And so pregame, when we talked to actually defensive coordinator Garrett Cook for Seattle Prep, I kind of asked him, hey, this is one of the best rushing defenses in the state, and you guys are a running team. Come on. Are you going to try and pass the ball? What do you think he said, John?
He said they're going to try to run the ball.
He said.
And I really think they should put it in the air, right? Strickland's got a 60% pass completion rate.
He does.
He just doesn't throw that often.
That's right. We're going to continue on the American Family Insurance pregame show right after this. Oh, no, I'm sorry. We are going to go to our feature Hannon's Huddle. This is defensive coordinator Steve Hannon. Tim Boyle is not in the house tonight. So our own Ron the Wedge Henthorn taking over Hannon's Huddle. We'll go hear from the defensive coordinator for Glacier Peak and come back with the American Family Insurance pregame show on STSPN.
Right when the band. Okay, Ron Henthorn down here with Coach Steve Hannon for Hannon's Huddle here live tonight at the stadium. Coach, a big game tonight. What are you looking forward to?
Well, the game itself, right? Let's get started. Let's get going, you know. But this is a good football team that we're playing tonight. You don't get into the playoffs unless you're pretty good. And so they have a difficult offense to handle, a triple option, which we haven't seen ever since I've been here. So this will be a challenge for us tonight, trying to keep all those running backs corralled.
Kind of a big running team. Most of their points are scored off the run out there. Have you done anything different to cover that run?
Well, yeah, we're going to move the safeties down into the box. We're going to make sure that we get the pitch man taken care of, and we have to tackle the fullback. That's kind of the key tonight.
And if you can stop the run, what do you think they're going to do about throwing it?
Well, they don't throw as well as they run. So if we stop them from running the ball, I have a hard time believing that they can beat us. But if we don't stop them from running the football, then we're going to be in for a long night on defense.
Well, another quick question for you. How many points do you think Rowe's offense has to score for you to be safe in this game?
Oh, boy, that's a great question. You know, with their offense, they're going to chew up the clock with their offense. They're going to run the ball. They're going to run the clock. So, boy, you hope that our offense can score and score often, because I don't know how well we're going to contain these guys.
Well, let's hope we can get the ball away from them on first 3 downs there, so make that work better. So,
yeah. a good start would be good. A bad start's not good.
Excellent. So, what do you think the attitude of the kids here tonight? Are they like not looking forward to the next game, trying to make this one a focus game?
Yeah, no, we've been focusing on that all week. The coaching staff has. We want to make sure that the kids know that, if you look ahead and you lose this game, there is no ahead, right? This is the one that you have to win. This is the one that you have to focus on. And their offense allowed us to really focus on defense this week because it's such a weird offense for us to see. So we didn't have any of that not focus going on this week in practice.
Good. Let's hope that holds true for them. So, one last question for you here. I understand there's kind of a live video going on around about something in the Fafita did. Did you get a chance to see that?
Yeah, I did see that, and Malachi does a really good impression of me.
Well, we kind of thought it was an impression of you.
Yeah, exactly what it was. It was pretty funny.
Well, it kind of keeps them loose, and we're kind of glad to see that. So, good luck with the game tonight.
Thanks, Ron. Good to see you, buddy.
All right, Ron Enthorn here with Coach Steve Hannon. That's Hannon's Huddle tonight.
Fun to hear head defensive coordinator Steve Hannon. Thanks to Ron the Wedge Henthorn. He'll be with us as always as our Edmonds Community College sideline reporter. Again, Seattle Prep coming up here. First night playoffs, John. You win, you go on, you lose, and your football season is finished.
You start watching.
That's right. You start watching. 4 Prep guys, the Panthers coming in, like you talked about, Kalu Strickland, 6'3", 160-pound sophomore. Again, didn't start out the year as a quarterback, but kind of worked his way in the last few games. He's had a nice job. They scored 45 against Chief Sealth last week. Then on the running, we talked about their running. You want to look out John Ostrander, number 32, 6'1", 185, the senior. And he's something to look out as we get ready for football. Kevin Ramsey kicks it off, and it's taken by the up back. Number 11 will start it off, and that's with Seattle Prep. So Glacier Peak, by the way, they won the toss, and they deferred.
Yeah, the up back, number 11, Kevin Bureau.
Bureau, yes. Bureau. So that's where the Seattle Prep Panthers, again, Bill McMahon, their head coach this year. Talk about him. Great, a legend actually in the state. Long time, 30-plus years for Lakeside.
Yeah, he's like 102 years old.
Oh, he's 72. He looks fantastic. And there's a fumble on the snap, and so Strickland, he just has to pounce on it. So not a great first play there, John, for the Panthers.
Well, he's just got to get that ball in his hands and get it to the running back so we can see if they can move the ball. Yeah,
like you said, great night. I mean, there's no precipitation right now. Loss of 4, 2nd and 14. Scott Oshman, John McClain, Ron the Wedge Henthorn here with you live from Veterans Memorial Stadium in Snohomish. Playoff football. Strickland, the quarterback, and that's Ostrander behind. And they like to run option. They do a lot of things.
Here it goes.
And there is Ostrander. He's hit, stood up right at the line of scrimmage, and Glacier Peak again. One of the stingiest run defenses in the state, John.
Yeah, I predict they're going to be all over this. And then when GP gets the ball, Dexter Carter's going to have a heyday.
Yeah, Dexter, speaking of Carter, we'll talk about more of that. I don't know if we can pull up. We'll pull up the starting or the defense here for Glacier Peak. That tackle, number 50, Ayat, Alex Ayat, the senior, has come on the last few games, and he has had a lot of tackles. 3rd and 12 here, not a great start for Strickland.
Well, if you're a senior, you're going to work hard. You want to get in there and hit somebody.
Absolutely.
So now, last chance.
Now from the shotgun, another fumbled snap. He just has to drop on it. Did he get it? He did. So not a very smooth start for the Panthers.
That was low and to the side of him. Wasn't even on the center.
Yeah. And your starting defense for Glacier Peak is they start this one off just right where they left off. 3 and out. The great graphic here by the 5-tool player, our executive producer, engineer, Todd Elvig there. And this defense has been just spectacular, averaging 2.6 given up as Post, the punter. And it's received for Glacier Peak. Looks like, is that Smith? Yes, Ian.
Good catch. Not much off the top of the ball.
Tackle by Lyman. You can see our Glacier Peak offense tonight. Again, we'll see Ziomas out there to start, the phenom freshman baby Z getting the start tonight. Big shout out tonight, John. Jackson Swim, who had a tremendous game last week, really took over in control of that game. Broken collarbone. He just had surgery. He's not even here, so big shout out to Swim tonight. I know he's watching and cheering his teammates on. Meanwhile, Ziomas rolls right in the first pass, and it's completion to Justin Hitman Guffey for a first down, and not only that, it's an Umpqua Bank first down.
First down right out of the back. Throwing the ball.
Easy
11-yard gain.
Unbelievable. Aiden Ziomas. He has had quite a year. 1st and 10 now at the Panther 47. Carter to his right. Fakes it to Carter. Goes over top. Again, they throw and they catch. And that's going to be close to another Umpqua Bank first down. This time he goes to Colton bye-bye bunt.
Bunt over the middle, right? Right in the middle of those linebackers. Catches that ball. That was a nice little slant pattern. They're lucky he didn't break it free.
They are. Bunt, our player of the game last week. He had a huge block field goal attempt. He took a pile. I've never seen it, almost 20-plus yards. Here is Dexter Lookout Carter on the near side. Breaks up. And I guess that was not a first down, but that will be an Umpqua Bank first down. The tackle there by Fletcher.
Yeah, nice pursuit and a good tackle to dust that off. Came from behind a little bit to the side. But Seattle Prep's defense looks pretty solid, but I don't know if they can keep up with the horsepower that GP's got.
Well, they are in the Metro League. They hit the juggernaut, probably the best team in the state, Eastside Catholic, and they put a hurting on them earlier in the year. Ziomas now out of the shotgun. Goes deep down the near side and not quite there. Overthrows Guffey.
Guffey was open, too.
Yeah.
Had him by about 4 steps. Just didn't have the wheels to get to that one.
Justin the Hitman Guffey, we talked about last week coming into that game, hasn't put up huge numbers. Again, Edmonds Woodway, he led the team in catches. Last week he only had 1 reception for 3 yards, but I tell you what, he had one of the hit of the game there on the great receiver Selgren. He hit it, bounced it out, and McCoy got it. Here, Ziomas 2nd and 10.
Bunt
this time, bunt.
First down.
Right side.
Little more.
Just smash mouth football down to the 15. Colton bye-bye bunt.
Yeah, Carter started that. Now everybody wants to do it. Wants to run somebody over.
Exactly. That's another Umpqua Bank first down. Tonight's presentation of playoff football here on STSPN is presented by Gilpin Realty.
Yeah, I think Guffey would get more stats and more times with the ball if there weren't so many other people you could go to.
And you're absolutely right. It's not enough ball to go around, and that's going to be a penalty on Glacier Peak. And we'll go to our referee. I don't know if there you go. Dean Corcoran, the white hat tonight. We do have him mic'd up, a new feature here for STSPN. And we'll have Dean actually up on our Action Jackson Plumbing halftime show, John.
Excellent.
Now, how many times do you get to hang out and talk to a referee?
Not very often. The sheriffs don't usually like to talk to us.
Carter
wants to
He
go
likes
away.
talking.
He does.
And Dexter, touchdown, Lookout Carter. Touchdown, Grizzlies. Another one, and we'll see the replay here, our exclusive instant replay on STSPN.
Standard S pattern, not on your way to the end zone. He went around and passed everybody on that one.
Man, he is collecting touchdowns. He had 5 touchdowns against Edmonds Woodway, 1 last week. He is unbelievable.
That wasn't really north-south. I mean, he only had 20 yards to go, and it took him 30 yards to get there. But he made it.
And here's Ramsey, but now they're going to go Plank. Plank number 9 gets it to McCoy. McCoy trying to roll in. Does he get there? No good.
McCoy unable to rumble his way in there.
Well, we'll see how that looks.
Excellent job by the Seattle Prep defense there.
Was very good.
Yeah, they actually lined up like they'd seen that before.
6 points, 7:42. We'll be right back. Presented by Gilpin Realty, STSPN, 6-0 GP. All right, 6-0 Scott Oshman, John McClain, and we'll head down to Ron Henthorn, our Edmonds Community College sideline reporter. Ron, was he in there? Was McCoy in for the 2-point conversion?
I don't know if you could actually see it from up there, but McCoy actually fumbled that ball right as he got to the goal line, so that's why it didn't count.
Wow. See, that you just don't get that anywhere, John McClain.
No. Ron, it's like he's right on the field.
And this kick, Woodward.
He's stuck.
And he'll only get to the 10-yard line. Good pursuit there by the special teams. And Jackson Woodward, one of their studs, 6'1", 175. Also, you can see him on the hardwoods, John. He's part of the Panther basketball lore.
6'1", he's got to be a point guard. Not going to be inside with that height.
He's well, you just never know any day, you know.
Could have hops, huh?
That's right. They do have a sophomore I saw, 6'7", number 99.
Yeah, what's he weigh?
I can check that. You can look at your roster.
135 pounds.
So, second series of this game for Strickland. They give it up front.
Not going anywhere.
Osterland not anywhere, and the pursuit right now in the running game. And that was not 21. That was number 38. Randall Schalk, a 6'1 senior.
6'1", 215. Trying to push through that line. Nothing doing. GP with a solid defensive line and linebacking core.
2nd and 9.
Big number 8, McCoy, in there going to stop you if you poke your head through.
Ian Black, big boy McCoy. You see actually Elvig in there. This time he fakes the handoff. Now he pitches it out to Hill. Hill tries to go to the far side, stretch the defense. Nothing doing there as well, as GP's pursuit on the edges is phenomenal. And there's the mini truck, Ricky Kranz. And you named him the mini truck, by the way. I give you full credit.
Well, that's only because they had him listed as only 100 pounds on the roster, right?
We've corrected that.
His mom corrected it.
That's true. 3rd and 5.
But it wasn't our fault. It was the coach's fault.
That's true. Number 22, Hill, for Seattle Prep. Playoff football here. You win, you go on. We'll talk about that later. 6 minutes, 10 seconds, first quarter action here on STSPN. Second drive for Seattle Prep. Strickland. This time he hands it off, and he is absolutely slammed down there by big Jacob Elvig.
I knew it was an Elvig because Todd was going off over here beside me.
Not sure who was the ball carrier there for Prep on that, John.
Neither do I.
If that was Ostrander or if it was Taro. Jacob Taro, number 19.
We're back to punting.
Yes, we are. Post, the punter. Daniel Post, a senior. Actually, he's also the kicker, John. He hit a 42-yarder last week.
That's a nice kick. Ooh, lefty.
And this one takes a nice Panther bounce.
Still excellent field position for GP.
And they'll start around the 42-yard line. Their second series, last series, boy, they got around the same place, John. They just marched down, 20-yard run. Dexter Carter, all he knows how to do is touchdowns.
What else do you have to do? I mean, that's your whole job when you're a running back, is to score touchdowns.
739 yards on 117 carries coming into tonight for number 1 for Glacier Peak, Dexter Lookout Carter.
I bet if you just gave him the ball all night long, he'd had over 200 yards.
Probably would. Ziomas now flares it out to Guffey on the right side. Guffey makes a guy miss. Still going, sneaks through the 40 and is finally brought down at the 37 or 38.
That's almost a 20-yard gain.
Wow.
Right off the bat.
Hill and Leiden on the tackle for the Seattle Prep Panthers. Want to welcome in any Seattle Prep listeners and viewers out there. 5 minutes, first quarter. That's an Umpqua Bank first down. 19-yard play there. Ziomas back to the air, going down again. Just misses this stretching, tipping hands. And Justin the Hitman Guffey, that's targeting, baby. They are targeting Guffey.
I know, but if he would have caught that and stayed up, he was going to get hit too.
He was. Let's watch this replay. A beautiful pass by Aiden Ziomas. The freshman, I tell you, only 150 pounds, but he comes in 77 for a 109, 1,313 yards in 9 games, John.
Yeah, he puts it all into that ball, all 150.
Unbelievable. 2nd and 10 now from the 39. Carter already has 1 touchdown. Now steps out of tackles, cuts it back inside. And a lot of work there, but a nice gain for Dexter.
He looks like he's having fun.
He is. He was tiptoeing there.
He's got 1 black shoe, 1 white shoe, or is that just tape on the 1 shoe?
I'm not sure.
Pull out those binos.
Yeah, he did this last week, actually. I think he's got tape over his shoes, so he's got 1 black tape, 1 white tape. 3rd and 1, left him a yard, and they're going to ask Dexter to get that yard. He gets it. He has a hole. Now he's got a block. Breaking out to the outside, and the 15 still going. Carter! Touchdown, Glacier Peak! Our McDaniel Do-It Center touchdown. Dexter Carter, 2 for 2.
That's a 31-yard touchdown run.
Oh, my goodness.
It's a twofer.
With 4:04 left in the first quarter, all I saw was Dexter Carter.
And they had him. They had him stuffed. All they had to do was wrap him up and drag him down.
You're seeing the instant replay, I think will show that. He got a great block, as you see Kevin Ramsey. This time they'll go with Tricia. There's a flag down. Kicker Kev punches it through, but we'll get the white hat. Legal procedure, and again, audio not quite coming through. We'll work on that, but want to thank Dean Cochran. We have Rob Wardell, Jeff Sherman, Luke Carpenter, and Ken Mays are officials for tonight.
Doing a great job. That's a difficult thing to do, is reffing.
Absolutely difficult.
I know reffing basketball games is tough.
Here we go.
Hi.
And we'll work on that. It's just breaking in and out. That's a new feature here for STSPN, and so they're going to push him back a little, John, and kicker Kev will have at it.
Hit it again. Might need more gain on that antenna.
A little bit more.
Whatever it is, we need more of it.
We do, yeah, just more. This one's a 25-yarder, and it's good for the PAT.
It was real good, and he had a lot more distance on that, too.
So it's going to be Glacier Peak 13, Seattle Prep 0. This is playoff football presented by Gilpin Realty on STSPN. Don't go away. We'll be right back with more.
Clogged drain? Other plumbing problems? Call Action Jackson Plumbing for 24-hour service. Owned by a lifetime Edmonds resident and Edmonds Woodway grad, Action Jackson is the drain cleaning specialist. They can unclog most internal drains for only $99 plus tax. Call 425-877-5601 or visit actionjacksonplumbing.com.
Back up.
Welcome back, Scott Oshman, John McClain, the whole STSPN crew. We got Ron the Wedge Henthorn down on the sidelines. Boy, John, Dexter Carter, 4 carries, 57 yards, and 2 touchdowns, and that's where we sit. This one will go into the end zone, a touchback here for Seattle Prep.
Uncommon for him to put it that far, but they only got 1 running back, so he's got a lot of field to deal with, and the foot is very accurate with the ball.
Kicker Kev, also a soccer player. Their season coming up in the fall. No, in the spring. Excuse me, in the spring. Now, the Glacier Peak girls soccer team unfortunately ended their season last night, correct? A
Yes.
tough loss against
Tough.
Marysville Pilchuck, 4-3. Strickland hands it off right. A quick hit there, and that's Ostrander.
Yeah, Seattle Prep's going to have to make some adjustments to what
Yep.
they're doing here. They still have yet to throw the ball, right?
And they do not throw the ball very much at all.
When they do, it's usually number 20, Jackson Woodward, with the receptions. I think he's got the most with 8 this season.
He does. He also returns kicks. So 2nd and 9 from their own 21. Ostrander coming in 365 yards on 50 carries. So he is the featured back. Strickland just a sophomore. He takes it himself. Now he's on the option. Now he decides to carry it up, but Ian Black didn't want anything of that, and he's there to tackle him, and I'll see if he even gets a yard.
So we're looking at 3rd and 8.
Kalus Strickland, you know, he has 44 carries, 154 yards coming into tonight, 3 touchdowns in 8 games. So leave him 3rd down and 8. 2:45 in the first quarter. Glacier Peak, 2 offensive opportunities, 2 touchdowns for number 1, Dexter Carter. This is a big 3rd and 8. Need to get a first down here for Seattle Prep. And they're going to go to the air. He fakes. Now he's getting pressure. Argue there. He takes him down. And Seattle Prep player 74 is a little bit slow to get up. Hopefully he's okay.
Nice to see Argue actually getting the sack instead of blocking the pass.
Yeah, and Strickland, he's a little gingerly heading over to the sideline. Not sure. Do you think he was really going to try and pass it?
I think so. If not, it was a good fake, man. He had us believing.
25, Argue. He's had some spectacular games, none better. That Meadowdale game, 3.5 sacks. Post to punt, and Guffey will let it bounce around the 45, 6-yard line, and that's where, again, they're not helping themselves out here. Great field position for Glacier Peak.
The field position has improved on each punt. And that's unfortunate for the Prep defense because they're starting in the hole.
2012, Garrett Cook brought him up here. They had a great running back. Was it Charlie? I can't remember his last name. Just a bowling ball. Great to watch. But they went down to Glacier Peak 28-0 out of the Metro League. Ziomas. Carter to his left. You have Bunt out right along with Guffey and Zach Hatch on the near side. Ziomas going to the air again. Now he flares it out to Bunt. Missed tackle there. Shakes a guy and gets all the way to the 30, and Umpqua Bank first down.
15-yard gain.
And Leiden, he's going to learn throughout the night. You cannot try and arm tackle Colton Bye-Bye Bunt above the waist.
No, you need to stick your face right in his numbers.
16-yard pass play, Ziomas to Bunt. Another Umpqua Bank first down, as we said. Shout out to Tim Boyle, Tim TB Boyle, watching his daughters compete in the state cross-country meet. And this one off the fingertips, kind of, I don't know if Dexter knew that was coming, John.
It was a little hot, I think. At least it was off his hands.
Ziomas, he hasn't missed many times. That's only his 2nd miss. He's 5 for 7, 76 yards. He had that long one to Guffey.
That looked like an Elway screen.
It did. I don't know. You know, it was funny in the Edmonds-Woodway game. That was the play to Carter, and he just couldn't quite get it. He had a couple of those, and we're talking, oh, yeah, he's working on being a better receiver. And then sure enough, he catches, I think, 2 touchdowns that night. He was the leading receiver as well. Ziomas over the middle. Guffey, touchdown, Glacier Peak. Justin the Hitman Guffey, welcome back to the touchdown.
That was a 29-yard pass play.
Oh, making it look way too easy. Garrett Cook, the defensive coordinator, he's not happy, and that's our McDaniels Do It Center. You see it on our STSPN exclusive instant replay. Boy, there's going to be some stat stuffers here early on. As you see the replay right now, Ziomas, plenty of time. Big props to the big offensive line for GP.
We better get the stats or the rosters out because we're going to be going deep tonight, it looks like.
Ramsey on for the extra point. It is up, and it is good. Well, it doesn't take too long for this high-powered GP offense. They have almost 4,000 offensive yards coming into tonight, and they strike early and often. 3 chances, 3 scores, 20-0 with 1:01 left in the first quarter.
So they should be over 100 yards right now.
Well, Edmonds Community College offers smaller class sizes and more personal attention from faculty, so you get more focused attention on your learning and your education.
I think I could try a few things out here and realize what courses I'm good at or what I'm not good at and what I should major in.
Welcome back. It's Seattle Prep, Glacier Peak, Scott Oshman, John McClain, Ron the Wedge Henthorn. We're going to go down to Ron the Wedge Henthorn. Ron, our Edmonds Community College sideline reporter. Ron, what is going on? I mean, Guffey has been open all night long on that post pattern as the kickoff goes to Woodward. We'll watch him come out trying to make it. There's Woolhoff there. We'll go down to Ron Henthorn. Ron the Wedge. Boy, Guffey, they're really putting pressure on the middle of the field there, Ron. What are you seeing?
Well, I'm seeing that Glacier Peak offense is just offense all the way. They can just about cut anywhere they want. But there's no defensive playing here by Seattle Prep. They're just missing tackles left and right and getting blocked out of the way. It looks like this game is actually over, but there's still 3 quarters left to play, so let's see what happens.
Well, thank you, Ron. One of the things Garrett Cook was talking to me, again, great guy, and this team has no quick. They were down Blanchette. They scored 21 in the 4th as Hill gets the ball, and he's tackled. Maybe they'll give him one as he's helped up there by Colton Bunt and the gang and big boy McCoy. But he was saying these guys, it's not a lack of effort. All 4 quarters, they give it everything they got no matter what.
Well, that's, 17-year-old boys. That's all they know how to do, right? There's no stop. Plus, they got a lot more minutes. They get to run into somebody. That's a good time.
And it's true also when it comes to eating.
Yeah, absolutely.
They don't know how to stop eating.
Yeah, keep those kids away from the fridge.
2nd and 9 as we end the first quarter here. Strickland in the shotgun. Strickland getting sacked last series. Now he takes the ball going back to pass. Now he cuts it up, makes a move, and Big Elvig chops him down up top as his buddy McCoy there started him off, and they'll maybe give him a couple. He's a long, lengthy kid, is Kalu Strickland at 6'3", 160, but that's going to end the first quarter of play. You're watching playoff football on STSPN presented by Gilpin Realty. We'll be back with second quarter action right after this. Welcome back to the Snohomish Times Sports Network, STSPN. Scott Oshman again, John McClain, but we got a special guest alumni Glacier Peak, big time, number 70, holding the edge and putting quarterbacks down, Bert Cuneo. As Strickland comes out, tries to get a pass, incomplete, and Bunt welcomed him very nicely there with a big hit on number 21, Jesse Franklin for prep, and that'll send the punt team back in. Burke, how are you?
I'm doing good, Scott. Doing well. Good
Yeah?
to be back. Good to be back here.
Well, it's good to see you again. We got Eagle Eye Cuneo, of course, always spotting for us, and you're around the area. You're a busy guy. You thought high school was busy. You're working 2 jobs. You're going to school.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah, it's not compared to nothing to high school. High school was easy.
And,
you know?
Yeah. And what do you think as you kind of, again, you've been so busy you haven't had a lot of time to watch these guys. It's 4th and 6, and we'll see Post hit one and fair caught there by Guffey. But as you've read, and I'm sure you're an avid STSPN watcher.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
What have you thought about this crew?
They've absolutely amazed me. Last year, you know, we weren't sure about the next year how it was going to go down and how the seniors were going to, how well they're going to be taking over the team, and they've absolutely done an amazing job. You know, all 4 captains have been unreal, and you know, averaging 43 points a game right now. It's just, they're doing great, blowing everybody away.
And defensively, boy, some big shoes to fill were yours. And again, even the coaching still talked about is Dexter Carter. Boy, talk about a different player. Look at him hold on to that ball, almost an Umpqua Bank first down. Nice tackle there by number 11, Kevin Bureau. But Dexter Carter, are you kidding me? We saw him in spring. We're like, dude, what have you been eating?
Absolutely. He's worked extremely hard in the offseason. I mean, every time I went to the weight room in the summer to visit, man, he's always in there grinding every day. He's absolutely improved immensely since last year, and it's showing here now.
2nd and 1 for Glacier Peak. Our special guest, Burke Cuneo, was a captain last year, led the team in many, many ways, but a great defensive player. Then actually the second half they started putting the offense, and that's another catch to Justin the Hitman Guffey for an Umpqua Bank first down. That'll take him. They're going to put him down at the 39-yard line. But, boy, Ziomas to Guffey. Let's talk about last year. You first of all, I think you're one of the great stories because when did you really start playing organized football, Bert?
I started playing organized football at the end of my freshman year. Coach Rowe came up to me middle of my freshman year and wanted me to play football, and I thought about it a lot and ended up going out for the team into my freshman year and played sophomore year.
And your sophomore year, as the play goes, Ziomas going deep again to catch, and nicely played. We'll have to look at the exclusive STSPN instant replay. Good coverage, double coverage there. Zach Hatch had some big catches. What happened there, Bert?
You know, good defense, good coverage. Just kind of lost track of the ball, slipped right through his fingers. He'll get it next time. 2nd
and 10 now on the Panther 39-yard line. I just think it's tremendous. You go sophomore year, you pay your dues. It's a complex offense and a complex defense, and for you to learn how to play that, I remember even your junior year started getting more playing time, right?
Absolutely, yep.
And they thought you had potential. You had seniors up in front of you, and then, boy, last year you were absolutely just dialed and steady. Ziomas back to pass. Guffey wide open across the middle, 30, 25, 20. Now he tries to shake another tackle, and they finally bring him down at the 12-yard line. I tell you what, they must think these Glacier Peak Grizzlies, including Mr. Woodward, who tried to catch him, they got grease on him. They're like grease pigs. They can't get him down.
Absolutely. The speed is unreal this year. They've got every player increased their speed by so much. It shows.
27-yard pass completion for Ziomas to Guffey. 1st and 10 now at the Panther 12-yard line. Offense has just been outstanding. Oh, tried to go to Hatch again, tried to haul it in, outstretch, and Zach wants that back. Incomplete. But again, you were a stalwart. They never had to worry that whatever side they put you on defensive end, number 70 was going to lock it down and secure the edge.
Absolutely. I've just been blessed to have such great coaches, and I was down there talking to Coach Sowers and reminiscing on those times, and it's just I miss them. But they got Davis Van Ness there at DN. He's doing a wonderful job. He's improved so much.
2nd and 10 now for the Grizzlies, and this offensive line has really developed. Ziomas now he's going to tuck it, roll now right. Still going to throw it and almost picked off. Ill-advised, trying to go to Woolhoff, but a great play there by Patrick Bowers to step in front of it, and that could have ended the drive.
Seattle Prep playing some good defense right now, holding down.
So talk about, I remember even off the field, I saw you at of course, the great restaurant, Cunio's, Highway 9. There's a little plug there. If you haven't gone there, you're just insane, by the way.
It's all right.
I talked to you about they started sitting you, Big Mo Fafita, of course. All of a sudden, more and more offense. You were playing both ways, and all of a sudden, whatever. I think you were the right side, left side. I can't remember offense, but it started.
Tackle, yeah.
It really started getting going, and I know you were apprehensive about playing offensive line. As they're sitting 3rd and 10 now, all they've done is scored, and again, Mr. Touchdown. Now he tries to round the corner, puts it on. 3 for 3. Throw your hats in. It's a hat trick for Dexter Lookout Carter. Touchdown, Glacier Peak. Our McDaniels do it. Center touchdown right there. What is going on with him?
I don't know. Like I said, he is one hell of a worker. He works his butt off, and it shows every time. And as you see now, 3 for 3 touchdowns on the night already. It's 10:08 in the third quarter. Unreal. I mean, second quarter. It's unreal.
We're going to go down to our Edmonds Community College sideline reporter, Ron the Wedge Henthorn, as we watch kicker Kev put this through. Ron?
I was standing down here on the 5-yard line when Dexter came running around this corner. I'll tell you, he put a move on that defensive player that faked me out. I thought he was coming this way, and he went the other way. He's got some stuff going on, man. This is a great game here for Glacier Peak tonight. Back to you.
Thank you, Ron. And it's what we've seen this year just progressively. Dexter, obviously the power, he's understanding how to cut it up. But what you saw right there, he just hits another gear and a burst of speed. We know about his all-conference track.
Yep.
And, boy, look out, Carter. I tell you what, look out.
Look out. I mean, his speed has been showing ever since he started playing football, and it's improved every single year. Last year, he was the fastest player on this team. This year, same thing. Fastest player on the team, and it shows.
Well, because we haven't had a timeout, Bert Cunio, hey, great having you. We might have you back. You just never know. Big number 70, always a big part of Glacier Peak. Again, Cunio is always a big part of the STSPN. And we'll get Johnny McLean back in here as 27-0. All Glacier Peak, 10:08 just in the second quarter. Kicker Kev Woodward to receive at the 10. He'll pick it up around the 8. Trying to get out of the way there, and he'll get up. Nice return there up to around the 24, 25-yard line.
Well, I was going to throw Burke out of my seat, but then I grabbed him by the shoulders, and I thought better of it.
He's a big boy. You don't want to mess with number 70. Bert Cunio, baby. Great to have Burke. One of the just an awesome kid, working his tail off.
That'll keep him in shape.
Played baseball even. They talked him into that. Had a nice season.
Why not?
And we have another quarterback in, number 19, as they hand the ball off. Same result, unfortunately, for Seattle Prep fans. And maybe they'll give him a yard.
19's Jacob Terrell.
That's Taro, yeah.
Taro.
And he started out the year as their quarterback, got hurt. 5'11", 195 junior. So they change it up a little bit. Not sure who got the ball there, but again, nothing doing. Only 29 yards total for Seattle Prep. Now it's Hill on the near side trying to cut the corner, but just heavy speed in pursuit. There's Ricky Kranz and Woolhoff. Got a request in here. We can absolutely say hi to nephew Tanner Anthony from the Bunts and also want to wish him well.
He's watching the game from Harborview.
Oh, man. Hospital bed. Big shout out, Tanner Anthony. I don't know what's going on, but we want to wish you well there from the Bunt family and everybody here at STSPN. Well, also big well wishes there to Jackson Swim, the sophomore quarterback, went down last week.
Had a great game, too.
Oh, unbelievable.
Just running the running game for GP.
He really was. Taro there with an incomplete pass, which is rare for Seattle Prep Panther fans this year. Trying to go to Hill, incomplete. It'll bring up 4th and 12. And I tell you what.
Nice to see him changing it up a little bit, though.
Boy, you're just scratching your head if you're Seattle Prep. And now Bunn will be back. And again, someone getting a lot of work is Mr. Post for the Panthers.
A lefty, and he gets rid of that ball pretty quick if you watch him.
You know, I thought he was a lefty. I was watching him warm up, but then one of the coaches over there was talking about, oh, it was a bouncer. Oh,
Gets
Guffey
it off.
almost got it. Some bounces around the mid-stripe, finally picked up by a Panther there, and they'll start again on the Panther side at the 49. Guffey, boy, he came close.
Yeah, he did, but I told you he gets rid of that ball quick.
We'll take a Fred's Rivertown Ale House timeout. Don't go away on STSPN.
I thought you
8:23 left in this first half, 27-0. It has been all Glacier Peak, and they start again at the mid-stripe. Aiden Ziomas, the freshman, gets it over, and it's complete. Now to Garrett, Alex Garrett, number 13, with a great catch. Number 13, the junior.
taken down from behind by number 5, Jackson Farber.
And it's Farber. Looking now on the Twitter page, John, get some scores, some playoff scores from our friend David Kruger from the Everett Herald. Lake Stevens now up 20-10 over Tahoma in the second quarter. Zioma scrambling. Still running. No flags right now. Now he's going to get crushed, and he does. Big number 14. He's jacked up, and he should. John Ream, the 6'1 senior, finally said, listen, Mr. Freshman, you can only stand and dance around here so long.
Yeah, he probably should have hooked that up to the line of scrimmage and done a little hook slide there.
Well,
He's
he'll
trying to make something out of nothing, though.
yeah, the film work on Monday will probably be a teaching moment there for young Aiden. 2nd and 15 now for Glacier Peak. Panther 40-yard line. Ziomas right back to the air to bunt. To the 30. Now he just meets some Panthers, doesn't try to do too much, gets out of bounds around the 29-yard line.
Uncharacteristic. He stopped there like he was going to do something, go sideways, instead of just putting on the afterburners and hitting somebody.
He did something last week. You saw that. I mean, first of all, we talked Colton Bunn. He had the huge blocked field goal attempt to Arlington. And then as the game was ending, we were big controversy. Not controversy, debate. Had a lot of kids in the ring. Carter, the big night for the Adrenaline fundraising player of the game. And he carried a pile 20-some yards, and that was that.
Yeah, I think it was a 26-yard gain, but he was met at like 6 yards and then carried the entire defense for 20.
It was unbelievable. That's Dexter Carter, Mr. Touchdown, an Umpqua Bank first down. Fletcher with the tackle there for Seattle Prep. 6:27 left to go in this first half. Stay tuned for our Action Jackson Plumbing halftime show. Great treat, John. We're going to get one of the senior guys, Dean Corcoran, the ref tonight, the white hat. Really interested in talking to him. What a resume he has. Ziomas gets it off to Hatch. Hatch now gets it up to the 10. Again, group tackling there now by the Panthers. And Zach Hatch, the senior, you excited to see him with the round ball?
Oh, yeah, it's going to be a good season.
We'll wait till the second half, start getting into basketball.
It's a little too early for that right now.
Well, it's coming close.
Yep, there's a chill in the air.
There is. 2nd and 1 at the 11-yard line.
When it gets cold, that means it's time to move inside.
Exactly. We will have tremendous coverage on STSPN for basketball, prep basketball this year. Also, some other. There's bunt. bunt, spinning, driving, touchdown, Glacier Peak. Colton, bye-bye bunt. He wants in on the fun.
He wanted that one bad.
He did. Boy, those legs were just ripping, weren't they?
You see him, he wasn't going that fast until there was nowhere to go, and then he started really pumping.
I think he's, of course, we've seen him in breakout. That's why he's bye-bye bunt. But I tell you what, these Glacier, they like contact.
Yep, I think they've learned. I think they learned it from Carter.
They probably, yes.
That it's a good time. Go out and meet somebody new.
And we'll go down. Kicker Kev on for the extra point, and that one is good. He has been flawless except one block, which wasn't his fault. And that was a McDaniels do-it center touchdown. 34-0, just blinked. And it's been all Grizzlies with 5:18 left to go. Stay right here. We're back with more playoff presented by Gilpin Realty on STSPN. Okay, we're back. 5:18. Scott Oshman, John McClain, Ron the Wedge Henthorn. Go down to our Edmonds Community College sideline reporter, Ron the Wedge Henthorn. We were just talking up here, Ronnie. You probably heard us. Boy, bunt. It was almost he wanted some tacklers, and then he said, "I'm getting there."
Yeah, he did. Colton Bunt looked really good on that one. You know, Seattle Prep down here working hard on this game, and these kids haven't given up at all. But they just don't know what hit them yet, but they're still fighting hard down here.
Thank you, Ron. That's Landon Fletcher, number 6, taking that one back, the 6-foot senior, and that's what we heard from their coaches. It doesn't matter. You can hit them in the mouth. They're going to keep coming at you.
Yeah, and why not? So at halftime, we're having the umpire up.
Yes, the ref.
And,
they call it the ref. Whatever. He's got stripes on.
The sheriff.
Yes, the sheriff.
And
now this guy is the sheriff of the sheriffs.
The sheriff of sheriffs.
Oh, yeah, this is a hoity. He's high up.
Hoity-toity.
Yes, Hill with the carry on the right side, trying to get something going. Find me a hole.
And the purpose of that is to do some recruiting, I hear?
It is. They need more referees, more officials for high school football in the state of Washington.
I'll tell you what I want to ref is soccer, because those guys don't have to
What was that?
Don't have to explain their calls. They don't have to nothing.
Now, you know not to talk soccer with me, because you could be talking a language that I've never talked about in my life. Again, they hand it up front, Seattle Prep again. And that's a nice gain for the quarterback in. Again, Strickland getting the start here, but again, Taro getting in. I don't know if Strickland's banged up or not, but again, Jacob Taro doing a nice job. And it's 3rd and 4. This is the best third down they've had all night, John.
Well, let's see if they can move the ball. They got 2 opportunities here. This would be a good one, even if they didn't make it on this 3rd down, to try for it on 4th. See if they can move those chains.
Ostrander behind him. Taro, he gets it. Looks like he's going to pass. Now he doesn't have anywhere to go. And Glacier pinned their ears back. And, oh, baby.
That was some unfortunate play calling there. I probably would have ran that ball.
I'll tell you what, that was the accounting firm of Keenan and Elvig who took that sack down. They know how to do digits. Let me tell you, minus numbers is their specialty.
That's all they do.
Jacob Elvig, 5'2". What are you feeding the boy?
They just want to force people to take a step backwards.
Post to punt again. Boy, poor Daniel Post, his leg's going to run out of juice here. And this one's, it looked like Bunt was taking it. Now it's a big Panther bounce inside the 20. This is the first time tonight that Glacier Peak will have to start inside their own 20-yard line.
Luckily, he didn't try to catch that.
No, he had some indecision.
Yes.
So we'll see if they spread the touchdown love here for Glacier Peak. Carter already's registered. Did he have the hat trick?
Yes.
I thought he had. Then we had Guffey, and we had Bunt.
The official stats.
The
by
official
Rob
stats
Wygant.
by Rob Why Not Wygant. We want to thank Rob with little musical chairs here. Big shout out to Tim Boyle. Again, cross-country state meet for the Boyle girls and Dexter Carter. Big hole up the middle. Now
Going
he
to
jukes
the
outside.
side. Going back in. Oh.
Takes 2 to get him down. An Umpqua Bank first down to the 33-yard line. Finally taken down by Hill and friends. That was also Fletcher. And a 16-yard carry there by Dexter Carter. Man, 8 carries. He's already broke the century mark, 102 yards. Almost 13 a carry. 3 touchdowns.
He's going to be wore out. He's going to have to rest this weekend.
At Seattle Times Player of the Week against Edmonds Woodway is 5 touchdowns. Here's Ziomas. Going for Smith. Open. Caught. Down to the 32. Ethan Smith. Welcome to the receiving corps.
That was about 35 yards.
Look at the exclusive STSPN replay.
That's crazy. That was a nice pass. Hit him right in stride. Didn't even have to slow down.
5'9" junior Smith. He had some great plays. A 35-yard pass. Ziomas now, his stats are just jumping off the page. Here's it goes again. Almost intercepted. Oh. I tell you what, number 6, he's going to want that Fletcher. Landon Fletcher. Man.
Going to want that one back. He could have been gone, too.
Prep has had 2 possible interception opportunities.
Well, the defense has got to be starting to get tired already.
Yeah, they have been out there a long time.
I don't know if you get tired on offense.
I don't think you ever get tired on offense. We should ask Bert Cuneo.
The guys in the line might.
2nd and 10. Now at the Panther 32-yard line. They can get ground, and here's Carter. Now the race is on.
Oh, it's gone.
Get out my way! To the house! Make it 4. Touchdown! Glacier Peak, Dexter, look out, Carter. Man, he's just unstoppable. Let's look at the replay.
Why not run the ball, Scott?
It's incredible. He's a traffic controller. He's just navigating. Oh my! Dexter
Amazing.
Carter.
He can just do no wrong right now.
Give me a scholarship. Tell you what. Man, I've said it before. Kicker Kev, good effort there by Prep.
Got close.
Trying to get the block there.
They're having to come from way outside, though, to get there. So they really got to run and dive, and it's difficult.
Oh, my
2:03
gosh.
left in the half.
Why not Wygant? Let's just add them up. 9 carries, 134 yards, 4 touchdowns. God, I wish he was on my fantasy team because I'd have a lot of points tonight. Ziomas.
Well, that's a great game, Scott, and it's only halftime.
12 for 19, 215 yards, a touchdown. Little baby Z.
It's crazy stats.
Oh, yay.
And those stats are 100% accurate.
Absolutely. We need an accurate stat sponsor next year, Todd Elvig.
From the accounting firm.
Of Wygant and Wygant.
Of Wygant and Wygant.
Of Why Not Wygant.
Yeah. Accuracy level 105%.
Kicker Kev getting a workout. See who returns this, number 9 on Seattle Prep. Want to welcome back the Cuneos. We got Shannon Cuneo now trading, giving Jess a well-deserved break. Tell you what, Jess had 2 games he did back-to-back last week.
Everybody makes bad choices.
And he hung in there.
He doesn't know what to do with himself right now, though.
He's hanging out, getting warm up here in the booth. But a beautiful night for football. Number 9, Berquist, for Seattle Prep fans. He was the returner there, and then they'll start again. Taro hands it off a hill, and Ricky Kranz is there. It's like they know where they're going to go before they go. And Andrew Big Boy McCoy. Boy, talk about McCoy. What a great play. We talked about last week the Selgren touchdown, the big hit. Guffey cracks him, and it pops up, and there's McCoy.
Yeah, well, what doesn't McCoy do? He used to be a quarterback, right? And then I think he just got too big.
Yep. 2nd and 10. Taro, long, far side pass. And it's incomplete. Good coverage there. Trying to go to 89. Ryan Blair, the 6'2 senior. Rare opportunity and throw there. I think that was Wyatt on the coverage for Glacier Peak fans. 1:22 left in the half, 41-0. I talked to Tim Boyle before the game. His prediction, 42-12 Glacier Peak.
He's going to be wrong.
3rd and 10. They hand it off to number 20 this time. Woodward does all kinds of stuff. Again, they're going to have to send the punting team out. And the clock is now running with 41-0. But stay tuned. Our Action Jackson Plumbing halftime show, John McClain. We have a rare treat. We're going to get Dean Corcoran, our referee, our white hat, is going to come up, and we're going to tell everybody how they can have the best seat in the house, John McClain, and become a high school official. John's looking inquisitively.
Yeah, well, Argue came off with holding his left arm.
Oh, that's not good. We'll go down to Ron, the Wedge Henthorn, is post again. Nice boot, and that's fair catch there for Glacier Peak right at the 37-yard line by Smith. We'll take a quick Fred's Rivertown Ale House timeout real quick. No, we won't. He's looking at me like, what are you talking about?
18 seconds.
There's a timeout, though. See, I am taking up for Tim Boyle clairvoyancy, and I knew there'd be a timeout, so let's take a Fred's Rivertown Ale House timeout. Coming back, Scott Oshman, John McClain. Ron, what's going on with Argue?
Jacob kind of got a little stinger on the shoulder there, I think. He was working with the trainer there, kind of moving it around a little bit. She said, "You look okay to me," and he turned around and gave me a wink, and he said, I'm ready to go. So back to you guys and see what we can do in the last 30 seconds here.
Good deal. I wasn't worried about this game. I was worried about the basketball season.
Yeah, exactly. That's Zach Argue. He said Jacob. I think it's his brother. But Devin Rainbow, the senior, in. And that's 27, Kamahara up the middle, and he's had a nice season when he's gotten opportunities. Kamahara up there for 6 or 7 as we are running clock. And that was John Ream with the tackle for Seattle Prep, 10 seconds. And that should round out the first half. Guffey, 5 catches for 100 yards. We'll talk about stats, but don't go anywhere as Ron, the Wedge Henthorn will try and get head coach for Glacier Peak, Rory Rosenbaugh, here as we head into halftime. We'll get his thoughts. Down to Ron.
Okay, guys, down here with Coach Rowe. Coach, 41 points down there.
Yeah, it was a great first half, man. Those guys came to play, so it's the playoffs. They were dialed in.
So I think I got about 144 yards for Dexter and 4 touchdowns.
He had a heck of a half. The guys up front were really making some big holes. They did a great job. I thought he ran really hard, and the O-line was getting after it. The receivers blocking downfield. That's what you need.
So are you going to keep the pressure on as we start the second half here before you let anything up?
Well, yeah, I mean, we're going to keep playing really hard, but obviously it's an opportunity for us to rest some guys. Hopefully in the second half, the clock will be running a little bit, so the second half's going to go quick. So If you guys got anything funny up there, you were waiting and saving for the second half, you better get it in now.
All right, running clock, second half, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, thanks. We'll see you second half.
All right, thanks.
You heard it, Coach?
All right, that's Ron Enthorn, the wedge. There you heard it, Rory. We're gonna look to the file cabinet for all the jokes we had.
Yeah, and we're getting a little coaching from the coach.
Exactly. Maybe he can just coach from up here. We'll get him in here. All right, stay tuned. The Action Jackson Plumbing halftime show coming up right here. Playoff football presented by Gilpin Realty on Snohomish Times Sports Network.
Clogged drain? Other plumbing problems? Call Action Jackson Plumbing for 24-hour service. Owned by a lifetime Edmonds resident and Edmonds Woodway grad, Action Jackson is the drain cleaning specialist. They can unclog most internal drains for only $99 plus tax. Call 425-877-5601 or visit actionjacksonplumbing.com.
Welcome back to playoff football presented by Gilpin Realty. It's our Action Jackson Plumbing halftime show. Scott Oshman and I we have such a pleasure, a great guest here. Dean, our head ref here tonight. We call the White Hat. How you doing?
Doing great.
Nice enough to come in here. You're working hard out there running. I tell you, we got stats. You're running a lot of offense tonight for one side.
Yeah, it's one of those games you never know, but the kids are being great out there. That's what we like to see.
So talk to us about, you have been doing this a long time. I mean, your resume is just unbelievable. You've been in leadership positions. You've been doing this a long time. You're a big part of Washington State officials, and we want to take the opportunity, and we're so glad you asked us to do this. How do people get involved and get the best seat in the house to watch prep football?
Well, in all sports, we're in dire need of officials. And you're right, that is the best seat. There's a website, it's called WOA. If you Google that, you'll come up with the Washington Officials Association. You go online there, you'll find all the contact information you need to become an official. They'll get you to the right association in your area.
Now, a lot of guys, why did you get into this originally, years ago?
Well, I played at a small school in Washington and wasn't big enough. I went to UW and didn't turn out for football. I kind of regret that. But I had an opportunity to help out my old high school coach when he came up here, and I got the bug again. And I love working with kids, and I love football. And so I just thought, well, I can be an official. And I just called up the WOA, and they got me in touch with my local association. And it's been 28 years now.
Wow, 28 years, and you're out of Bothell. And so do you talk about a little, if somebody who's interested in getting, again, they love the game and they love talking to kids. I have a good friend who's been doing this for many years, and that is, when I talk to him, his favorite part is talking to the kids.
Absolutely. You got to remember, it's teenagers out there, but we do varsity, but we also do the JVs and the middle schools, all the way down to youth leagues. So we get this full range of kids. And there's a little difference between high school football and professional. Professionals are in the entertainment business. We're in the education business. So we are an extension of the classroom out there. So we expect different behavior out of high school kids than you see on TV. And being part of that education system is very rewarding.
That's great. Again, our Action Jackson Plumbing halftime show here, 9:52 in the halftime, 41-0 Glacier Peak all over Seattle Prep here in the playoffs here. Dean Corcoran, right? That's how you say it, Corcoran here, the official. Get out if you have any interest. And again, now personally, my daughter's played lacrosse.
Yeah.
And when they get to 9th grade, they get to go as a youth official. And they said, "Come on, Dad." I went and I did it for a year, high school girls lacrosse. It was the most intense, most fun, and again, to see these incredible athletes, even at the high school level, and to be right there, it's fantastic.
Oh, absolutely. I've seen many athletes from this area that go on to the pros, colleges, and it's exciting to see them as they develop. Even down at the youth league, I remember seeing a lot of the Tuiasa Sopos playing, 7 and 8 year olds, and you could tell even then they've got good blood in them. They're going to grow up to be great football players, and they were.
They were. Absolutely. Tell everybody once again, WOA.
WOA.org.
Okay.
Or com, I'm not sure.
That's okay. Put the Google machine.
It's the Washington Officials Association, and that's for all sports, not just football. And we need officials in every sport, and we would love to have every one of you come out there. Quit yelling at us from the sidelines and come on down and be out on the field.
Now, do you do other sports other than football?
I do wrestling.
Oh, really?
I just started doing that a few
I
years
think that's
back.
more high-intensity pressure than maybe football.
It's certainly different. The crowd is a lot closer, and it's just you out there by yourself, whereas here I've got a team of officials that we all work together. It's a very different atmosphere for wrestling.
All right, well, we'll let you get back to work. Dean Corcoran here. Thank you so much for coming up, and congratulations on all the great years. And I'm telling you, people, if you love this game and you need some exercise, why not get paid for it?
Absolutely.
Why not go out and hang out with teenagers and have a good time? We'll be back with more on the Action Jackson Plumbing Halftime Show right after this on STSPN.
Run down here with Coach Steve Hannon. Steve, your defense is holding up pretty good down there.
Yeah, really proud of the kids. It's an offense that, like I said, we've never seen. So we worked hard on it this week. Everyone knows their reads, who they're supposed to tackle. It looks like so far it's working out.
I think they've got like 25 total yards. Most of that's on punt returns.
Yeah, someone told me when you put the sacks in too, we got them behind the line of scrimmage a few times. They have 2 yards of offense.
I think that's about what we got too. So pretty good. I think Rowe put up pretty good points for you to hold them on with.
Yeah, it's nice when both sides are doing that. You know, both sides are clicking. That makes you for a pretty tough football team to beat.
Looks like it should be a running clock second half, so see if you can hold them off, and we'll look for you after the game.
Well, we're going to have a lot of young kids start the second half and play the second half, so it should be a pretty competitive second half.
That'd be great to see. We'll see some young kids in there. Thanks a lot, Coach.
Okay, you bet.
All right, back to you guys. You heard it. They're going to put the subs in there for the second half.
Thank you, Ron. Always great. 41-0, our Action Jackson Plumbing halftime show here on STSPN. It's been all Glacier Peak, and get out the rosters, John McClain.
I got mine in hand.
Yes, the second half. Get the spectacles out. Some playoff scores coming in through our partnership and great friends, Aaron Lammers, David Kruger, the Everett Herald Net. So we have, the Mavericks with a tough task. They are playing Auburn Mountain View, which is a big-time team. Tough. They're tied 21-21 right now.
What quarter is it?
Let me look. Auburn Mountain View tied at 21. Not sure about, they just said the Mavericks will not go away. So we also have some score. Lake Stevens, Tahoma coming in. We'll get to that as they start this second half. Kings up on Linden Christian 21-0. And Lakes victorious over O'Day 56-36. That's a final from Seattle Times Prep. That's big, actually, because O'Day is one of the top teams. Lake Stevens up 27-10 on Tahoma with 2:37 left to go in that first half. So Lake Stevens should take care of business there. Glacier Peak ranked number 6. They've been number 6 in the AP poll here for the last 3 weeks in 3A football. And they, to the unfortunate demise of Seattle Prep Panther fans, are going to receive the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, and they're having a good night tonight.
They are having an unbelievable night. Scott Oshman, John McClain, Ron the Wedge Henthorn down there. Our entire STSPN crew. Great to have the Cunios back from Paradise, Hawaii. I don't even want to talk about it. I'm so jealous.
Well, they were there for like 4 months or something,
my
right?
goodness. Did you just move in? Is this just you back just to check a couple things?
Yeah, then they're headed right back.
We got Why Not Wygan on stats. An onside kick for the Panthers, and bundled up right there is Plank, number 9. So let's go down. Joel Plank, number 9. Again, another sophomore, one of the backup QBs, placeholder. Go down to our Edmonds Community College sideline reporter, Ron the Wedge Henthorn. So you saw onside coming all the way, Ron?
You're going to see Devin Rainbow starting this second half. And also had a quick conversation with Dexter Carter. Dexter says he's done for the night. Probably true for Guffey as well. So let's see what this young team can do now. Right back to you.
Thank you, Ron. Devin Rainbow, I guess he saw the onside coming. There's some flags. We talked to our ref, Dean Corcoran, at halftime. Again, want to thank him and tell everybody, if you are at any level want to ref, go to WOA.org, he thinks. Just hit the Google Washington Officials Association as we go down to Dean for this call.
Yeah, instead of sitting on the sidelines complaining, go ahead and get in the mix.
Oh, offsetting penalties. So they kind of wash each other out here. Substitution infraction here. So again, we'll replay first down. 10:46 left to go. Running clock here in the third quarter on STSPN playoff football. presented by Gilpin Realty. So Devin Rainbow, oh, and this time tries to hand it off to Kamahara. Great play by Seattle Prep. Big number 60, number 60. Man alive, was that Philip Vane.
Yeah, he came shooting through the O-line pretty fast there.
Speaking of that, big shout out. You heard Coach Roy Rosenbach for Glacier Peak give a shout out, and he's absolutely correct. I mean, the numbers are just ridiculous. D. Carter on our stat, 9 carries, 134 yards, 4 touchdowns. That's the offensive line. As they said, it's 2nd and 14, and there's another flag. We laugh with, there we go. That's on Glacier Peak. Dean Corcoran saying, I haven't had a lot of flags first half.
Now he's getting some.
But big offensive line, John McClain. Reynes, Berg, Graves, Fafita, Howard, even Dvorak. When your running back has 140 yards in the first half, 4 TDs, that's a lot of the guys up front.
They're the reason. Yeah.
Yep. He owes him a Jamba Juice card. And
Rainbow.
Speaking of Dvorak, right there with a big catch, the big tight end from Rainbow.
That was a nice little play. Rainbow got rid of that ball fast. I think he had to because the line looked like a sieve.
And that is a Umpqua Bank first down. Yes, it is. We got some youngsters in there. 8:57 left. 41-0 Glacier Peak here. That's 3rd down. That was not a first down. Kamahara, he loses the ball, fumble. He had a first down, an Umpqua Bank first down. And there's a fumble. We'll see. It looks like who's got the ball.
He was surrounded by white shirts, so
we'll take another look at it here on exclusive replay. And now there's a conversation with Dean Corcoran and Rob Rodell, Jeff Sherman, Luke Carpenter, Ken Mays, and they're going to say prep football.
Yeah, that's what I expected. He was surrounded by white jerseys when he dropped that ball.
So good break for Seattle Prep to start the second half here. They have not been able to do anything against this Glacier Peak defense.
This might be some of the best field position they've had all night, too.
Yeah. Starting at the 40-yard line. So Kalou Strickland, he started the game at quarterback, and now it's Taro. He gets it off to Big 32, and he crosses the 45. Ostrander.
They're going to give him an extra yard there with that spot.
And that's probably the most they've gotten on first down here tonight.
Well, they should be able to move the ball fairly well now. We'll see if this strictly running offense of theirs can get moved.
2nd and 4, but
nope.
Taro has trouble with the snap. Big Josh Elvig up in there, or Jacob Elvig. I see 59, you know. Older brother Josh. And that'll push him back. They had 2nd and 4. Now they're at 3rd and 6. Big Jake Elvig. A lot of yards on offense tonight for GP. Taro going with his pass. It's caught. Nice reception there by number 18, Smith.
And Joel Plank with the defense there was all over him as soon as he caught that ball.
Christian Smith with the catch, the 6'2 senior. Taro to Smith. Nate Schaub on the tackle there, the junior. So we'll talk about what this means. Obviously, playoff football. It's 4th and 1. They're going to go for it. This is big. And they have big number 38, an Umpqua Bank first down and more for Big Shulk. I'm excited for Prep fans. First down tonight, John McClain, with 5:45 left in the third.
It's about time they get something going.
Big Schulk.
Like you said earlier, these kids have no give up.
No, they're going to bring it. Taro at quarterback again. They fake it to Oster.
Ooh,
And
across the
over
middle.
that's caught. Nice play action pass caught by Hill. Fake to Ostrander and Taro to Hill, and finally taken down by Burns. Bo Burns. We might, last time you and I think we did the Meadowdale game, and we got into some of my favorite names on the GP roster.
We'll get to some of those.
Taro to right. Now he flips it out, and he's going to waltz in untouched. Great read option number 21 for Seattle Prep.
Jesse Franklin.
Nice job, Jesse Franklin, the junior. Boy, Taro played that like a fiddle. Boy, he played him that was awesome option, easy for me to say.
Yeah, you got to be kind of an actor to pull that off, right?
So touchdown Prep, our McDaniels Do It Center touchdown for Seattle Prep, and that'll bring on Post for the extra point. 6 points here, 4:45 left in the third quarter.
He's kicking right-footed now, though. He punts left and kicks right.
This is what I was confused pregame sitting here watching him.
He's all jacked up.
Oh, my goodness. Floor with the hold there, and it's up and it's good at 41-7. 4:45 left. Don't go away. You're watching Playoff Football presented by Gilpin Realty on STSPN. Back here at Veterans Memorial Stadium, Scott Oshman, John McClain, and Ron the Wedge Henthorn here. 41-7, and I'm happy for Seattle Prep Panthers. A nice drive, John McClain. Went for it on 4th and 1.
Quick, how many plays was that? 5 plays? 6 plays?
5 or 6 plays. Nice little, probably a 60-yard drive, and a good read option there for Franklin for the touchdown.
A couple pass completions in there, too.
There was.
Mixing it up. Like to see that.
So Post on to kick. We're just debating, is he left foot, right foot? What's going on with him?
Well, he punts left and he kicks right. I think he punts left-footed just to make it hard on himself.
I wonder if he bats both sides of the plate. As this one bounces there, and Woolhoff takes it around the 13. Cuts to the inside, gets up to the 29-yard line. He's dropped there by Hill, and that's where GP will start. Alex Hill, boy, he's a heck of a player for Seattle Prep. Offense, defense, he does it all.
Yep. High school football, you got a lot of kids that go both ways like that. The best athletes on the team typically do. Got to be in good shape to do that.
Devin Rainbow in, the senior. He's played in 7 games, started 4 of them. He was 46 for 79, 563 yards, 6 touchdowns. So Devin Rainbow, he tries to flip that out to number 23 for Glacier Peak. Evan Christie, a sophomore. But Devin Rainbow, he was doing just fine.
He was doing great.
Only had 2 interceptions there through 46 attempts, or not 79 attempts there.
The problem is you throw Baby Z on your heels, you got to run pretty fast.
Absolutely do. Great kid, Devin Rainbow. He takes the snap, fakes it. No, he does give it to Kamahara. Kamahara on the left side. He'll gain up to the 25 or 6. It'll bring up 3rd and 4 or 5.
The tackle from behind pushed him forward 2 yards.
Yeah, it did. John Ream on the tackle for Seattle Prep. So we have to play the big what-if game. A lot of things going on. If Glacier Peak is victorious here, 3:02 left in the third, is bring up 3rd and 7 for Glacier Peak. Who will they play next week? Rainbow over to Schaub, and Schaub catches it, and they're going to mark him down at the 40, and that's going to be an Umpqua Bank first down. Nate Schaub in the game.
So I have number 4 as Joel Plank. But I have an old roster.
Yes, you might. And that's 2014. I'm sorry to see that.
It's the old Arlington Eagles game.
Oh my gosh, they put the 2000. I think that's what you're looking at. 1st and 10, 2:19 in the third. Rainbow. He gets it over to number 23. Great defensive pursuit there by number 8 for the Panthers.
So this is the roster they handed out last game.
It is.
It just has the 2014 GP roster on the other side.
Gosh. That's Leiden with the tackle, and that was Christie who
Burke's on
received the pass, number 23. Yeah, Burke's on there.
You can have that as a commemorative.
Well, you know, budget's tight. They gotta hand out old rosters. I mean, why throw them away? 2nd and 12 for Rainbow. Goes over it again to Christie, in and out of the hands. I tell you what, Leiden was right there if he caught it.
Yeah, he was going to get hit, but still, that was a catchable ball. You got to bring that into your hands, though. It shouldn't be touching your chest like that.
First thing they'll teach you.
That's what the hands are for.
Mm-hmm. The hands team. So Seahawks have a bye this week, so still saw a lot of people wearing jerseys on Blue Friday. I don't know if they just missed the memo or just,
Fridays you wear your jersey.
That's right. Rainbow getting pressure, eludes tacklers. Nice job by Rainbow. What a stiff arm, but he can't hold up. And again, number 8, and he goes down hard. Again, Leiden,
he's still down.
Fired up, and there's Rainbow down, and now he's limping off. And let's look at another look at it here. Exclusive STSPN instant replay. At the end of that play, Leiden's been playing terrific. What happens there, McLean?
Almost looks like a face mask, but I don't think it is. Did he have him by the pads?
Well, we hope Devin. Boy, the poor kid is a senior. He just gets in there as Ramsey's on to punt. Almost gets it blocked. Goes out of bounds on the GP side around the 46-yard line. Now he's going to step up to the 45, but 10 seconds left here in the quarter. 41-7 Glacier Peak.
Yeah, I don't think Rainbow's hurt. I think he just shook up a little bit. I think he'll be back in.
All right, he was limping there. We will head to the fourth quarter. This playoff football presented by Gilpin Realty right here on STSPN.
Limping doesn't mean anything. I limp all the time.
Your dreams evolve, and with committed support, they thrive. American Family Insurance.
Start of the fourth quarter, 8:32 Pacific Standard Time. John McLean, this one, this will be over quick. They better heat up the stools over at our post-game watering hole.
Which that has not yet been decided yet.
It hasn't? Hill, again, Hill is keeping playing. He runs over Schaub and gets an Umpqua Bank first down. Nice. Got the option read going. Taro to Hill, and that's an Umpqua Bank first down.
Yeah, keep the ball moving. Might as well.
A lot of quad district games tonight in Wesco, Metro, SPSL. And the Vikings lead the Tahoma Bears now 34-10 at halftime. Here comes Taro going deep and trying to go to Hill, but good coverage there by number 38 for Glacier Peak. Number 38 is Bo Burns, of course.
Bo.
He's everywhere.
Why wouldn't he be? I was expecting to see some big hair out there.
Yeah. You mean, where is Logan Weaver, D. Snyder? Didn't we have a tune all up for him?
Yeah, bumper music.
Big run.
Oh, there he goes. He's gone.
3. Touchdown, Seattle Prep again. Big number 21, Jesse Franklin, his second touchdown. McDaniels do-it center touchdown. Seattle Prep now answered the bell here in the fourth quarter, 41-13.
Jesse Franklin, a junior. 6'1", 190 pounds. Getting that big frame moving.
Coming in tonight, only had 12 carries, 46 yards, just under 4 a carry. Has 2 touchdowns coming in tonight, make it 4 for Jesse Franklin. Posts for the extra point. Now they're going to go for 2.
Spreading it.
Josh Floor in there at quarterback. Rolls to the near side, looking. Throws it. Incomplete. 17 trying to go to 18. Christian Smith incomplete. And Josh Floor, he's no stranger to playing the quarterback position. Started the year, but we'll take a break. Playoff football on STSPN. Back here, Glacier Peak all over Seattle Prep, but they're showing some life here as you get kind of the second team in. They've scored 2 touchdowns to open the second half, 41-13. Scott Oshman, John McClain, Ron the Wedge Henthorn. And we're just debating again, 10:37, debating on who's going to be our Adrenaline Fundraiser play of the game. And John, you had a great suggestion there, recommendation.
Well, I think it's got to be the offensive line, and they should not only get player of the game, but Dexter Carter should be buying them all lunch.
Yes. Concur. So maybe
I mean, personal pan pizzas all around or something.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe we'll go down and we'll, Ron, I'll go down there, see if we get a couple mics, and we'll get there. This in from our friend Steve Willits. He's over watching Oak Harbor. As you see, another onside kick. Did they get it?
It was a good onside kick,
It was a great one. And the pile now, and Prep has it. So 10:24 left in the fourth quarter, 41-13. Let's go down to our Edmonds Community College sideline reporter, Ron the Wedge Henthorn. Ron?
Okay, guys, unfortunate that for Glacier Peak, but well done for Seattle Prep to get that onside kick there. The winner of this game, which still looks like Glacier Peak with 10 minutes left to go, will play the winner of the Central Kitsap Ballard game, which is being played tomorrow right here in Snohomish at this field next Saturday. So back to you guys. Big long pass. That looks good.
And it's caught. That's a big Jackson Woodward, the do-it-all player.
They were fighting over the ball.
Wow, and that was a great to Gabriel Blake. That is that's the biggest offensive play we've seen tonight. 30-yard pass, completion. Boy, everybody can throw on the Prep team. Taro now gives it up to the big running back, and touchdown, Seattle Prep. They get the onside kick, and just like that, John Ostrander with his 3rd touchdown of the year. Seattle Prep collecting quick points for our McDaniels Do-It Center touchdown.
I mean, that was perfect exchange for Seattle Prep, right? First, started off with the onside kick. You recover it. I mean, it was a beautiful onside kick. You couldn't ask for anything better.
Perfect.
And then 2 amazing plays, putting them right down on, what are they, 4-yard line?
30-yard pass play, and that set up Ostrander. And here's Post for the extra point. It's up, and it is good. He's got a big leg on it. He hit a 42-yarder last week, and he's done it other times, but that is good, and it brings it to 41-19 with 9:14 left to go in the fourth quarter. As executive producer, 5-tool player Todd Elvig said, there could be some starting helmets back on. And we'll be right back. Let's take a Fred's Rivertown Ale House timeout. .14 left in this playoff game, 41-20. It was all Glacier Peak, 41-0 at halftime. Seattle Prep, they have come out on fire here in the second half.
It's going to be another onside kick.
And we'll see, they executed to perfection, as John was talking about before the break. Post, their kicker, punter, he tries again. This one's a good one.
Oh.
Bounces up, but this time Glacier
gone.
Peak's there. To the 20, 10, cuts inside, touchdown, Glacier Peak. Oh, baby.
Who was that?
And that's Ethan Smith, isn't it, number 20? Wow, a McDaniels do-it center touchdown. Let's go and take another look. Oh, that's the touchdown. Well, they were so good on the onside kick, John McClain, said, let's try and do it again. And this time, Smith made him pay.
Well, they knew it was coming.
That's almost like a scoop and score.
Yeah, just about. Pick 6 almost.
Boy, he took that, 60 yards for a touchdown. Kevin Ramsey on for the extra point. Plank for the hold, and it's up and it's good. And boy, just like that, it is score-a-thon. Let's go down. Oh, no, here's the replay of that spectacular play. Boy, big bounce. I thought it was going to be a jump ball there, but Smith grabs it, and he knows how to get home quickly.
Smith's got good hands. You see him drag that thing in? I think he just reached up and palmed it.
He's come on strong second half of the season. 48-20, Glacier Peak up on top. Boy, this is just blowing holes on Tim Boyle's prediction.
Yeah, Smith a junior, going to have him back next year. That'll be nice.
So before that, we were talking to the Wedge. The Wedge talking about all the next game against Ballard and who else was that? Tomorrow. It's going to be played tomorrow. Trying to get a Graham Kapowis and Snohomish score out there. Woodward back to receive the kick.
Bad
and
bounce.
This one taken up by Woodward. Glacier Peak there, and they'll start this one at the 17-yard line. Schaub and friends down there. So that next game, we'll find out who we play next Friday night. I guess it's probably either Friday or Saturday next week for the next to the state playoffs begin. These are the quad districts. Central, Kitsap, and Ballard. That's going to be here at Snohomish Veterans Memorial Stadium. As Taro in at quarterback now pitches it back.
Fumbled.
And the trick play didn't work, and Plank was there as Blake, who caught that great 30-yard pass on the last series for Prep. But Joel Plank read it perfectly. Under 8 minutes now, McLean.
Yep, Prep with bad field position here, so.
Taro gets it off to Hill. Some room. He takes on Schaub, and Schaub gets him down. Nate does, and he'll gain maybe 1 or 2. There's a big loss on the previous play. So Glacier Peak, man, has all kinds of weapons. We'll see how this thing works. Third and 9. Taro going to take it up himself, and actually I think he gets enough, just to the 29.5, and that's good for an Umpqua Bank first down and tackled by Joel Plank. As defensive coordinator told us, these kids will not quit no matter what. Head coach Bill McMahon, 30-plus years at Lakeside, and then he came over to Prep. As Taro keeps this one, he'll gain 5 or 6. Plank again on the tackle again. 48-20, 6:23 left in this game. Adrenaline fundraiser, play of the game. I agree. I think it should be the offensive line. We should get the O-line down there.
The only problem with that is we're giving Ron an almost impossible
task. How about this? Maybe I can go down there and help Ron out. We can divide and conquer and attack it. Here's a big run by Taro. 20 down to the 15, and Prep now just biting off big yards on this Glacier Peak second team defense.
Nate Schaub, though, chasing him down, doing a good job of recovering.
That's a 49-yard jaunt by number 19, Mr. Taro. And he's got some yardage now. 5 carries, 62 yards for Mr. Taro. Jacob.
Dead ball, encroachment, defense.
Great job there, Dean Corcoran, our ref.
That's an excellent feature when he's close enough for it to work.
It is a brand new feature here on STSPN. Big call out, big shout out to the 5-tool player, executive producer Todd Elvig.
There's some bugs, but it's really cool.
Taro now passes. He has to turn around, trying to go for Woodward, but he had to flip around there, so it's incomplete. Bring up 2nd and 5 from the GP 15. So look at STSPN.com. Look at our YouTube station, STSPN. Second and 5 for Prep. And hands it off to big number 38, Randall Schulk. And he bowls down to the 6-yard line.
Yard to go.
Third and 1 here, John McLean. 3:56 left to go in this ball game. Hill in motion. They fake it. Get it out to Hill on the corner. Thought he was in. Glacier Peak holding right at the doorstep. They're going to say he's down. That looked like, I thought that was a touchdown. Let's go down to our Edmonds Community College sideline reporter, Ron Henthorne. Oh, he wasn't in good position, I can tell, but thought that was a TD. Nice job by GP to hold it.
Ron's at the 50.
Can't hear Ron.
Down there, guys.
Now we got Ron. Say that one more time, Ronnie.
It looks like Seattle Prep's close to scoring down here, guys. So, didn't they do? I don't know if we're going to see Rainbow, and he's getting his shoe cut off of his foot right now. So, back to you. They did score.
Touchdown, Ostrander. Number big 32, and that's our McDaniels Do It Center touchdown. In Seattle Prep, they have just blown out the offensive doors here and taken the opportunity against the second string defense. Second, third string, now 26 points. I'm getting all kinds of fact checkers in the booth, always, Johnny McLean.
Everybody wants to help.
Everybody's a critic.
Yep.
So Prep going to go for 2 here. Hands it off on the right side. Nobody home for GP. Nicely done, Woodward. Untouched, and the 2-point conversion is successful, as you see on the instant replay.
But if you really want to help, we know where to go. Washington Officials Association, the WOA.
Exactly. You've been teasing being an official inside the gym.
Oh, you don't want me to ref.
Come on, the sheriff? That would be awesome.
Horrible.
I don't care if it's like a 6th grader game. We got to do that. We're STSPN's broadcasting that game. As you see, Devin Rainbow, gosh, I feel just so terrible. It's 48-28, 3:05 left. The senior coming in this year. He gets a couple downs, and then he gets hurt. Oh, I just feel terrible for Devin. As they're cutting off his shoe, Ron reporting that he either tweaked an ankle. As our adrenaline fundraising player of the game will be the offensive line. Ron and I'll try and come down with Ron. We'll see if we have the technical ability here to pull that off. 48-28, 3:05 left.
I don't think we have enough shirts on site for that. We'll have to catch him up later.
We'll get Todd another onside kick. They've successfully done one. This time, Grizzly grabs it, and that is Nate Schaub. Nate's been doing a good job since he's been in. We're under 3 minutes now.
Nate all over it, but he's in the thick of it on those onside kicks because he's got those hands, right?
Uh-huh.
You want a kid with hands like that.
Comes off the field.
Near the ball.
If you're not aware, they had 3 quarterbacks. The depth at quarterback was unbelievable here at Glacier Peak this year. Jackson Swim going down. Big shout out again to Jackson, who's recovering from a successful surgery, broken collarbone. As Ziomas is back in, he hands it off, but this time the Prep defense is all over Devin Kamahara for a loss.
2:15 left in this ball game.
I'm going to take hand over the reins here over you. I'm going to try and head down and see if I can get some players here. And we're going to work with Todd here as you can the last 2 minutes call out. So I'll see you on the flip side. You got this one, McLean? He's got it, no problem.
Sure. Of course. So then as Scott goes to leave, he turns my microphone off instead of his own, which always helps. Scott going to head down the field to help try to round up that starting O-line. We're going to put Elvig on the line, so I have someone to talk to. Look like we got timeout, Seattle Prep.
Well, I just wanted to say, I know that Brad McDaniel's probably listening, but if anybody has the Snohomish, was it Grant Kapowski score?
Kapowski.
I don't know. 425-583-9512.
Of course, you have no idea who's going to call you now.
I don't, but I've got the little thing here. We'll see what happens.
Just throwing your number out on the internet like that.
Well, that's why I use this number here.
Okay.
We'll see if I get some kind of a stalker or something to call. But if you have any,
that'll make for great broadcasting.
Well, it will too. Let's see. Oh, this right here. We'll see if we get some somebody to give us that Snohomish Grand Kapowski. Is that Kapow? I don't know how to say it.
I don't know who they're playing, but the only
who I said
Kapow is Kapowson.
Kapowson.
So the game's back on. GP with the ball. Snap, hands off to, was that Kamihara? 32. Almost gets back to the line of scrimmage. It looks like we have a timeout GP. Oh, is it prep time? So we're going to go to a timeout break?
We absolutely will. Thank you for that.
Thank you. We're back. Kicker Kev into punt. 4th and 11. Time to get rid of that ball. 1:28 left in the ball game. Kev going to put this thing down range. Ooh, it's a fake. And around the corner goes, who is that? For a touchdown.
Oh, my.
Give me some binoculars.
Number 6.
So you're telling me it was number 6, Sam Wyatt, with the fake punt. Kicker Kev with the extra point.
Uh-oh, flag.
Oop, flag on the play.
Yep, that's number 6 right there. See that? I got the replay and everything.
Excellent. So Wyatt with the touchdown on the fake punt. Excellent play. The extra point.
Or, I'm 53. This way. 53. 5-3. Yes.
I don't understand what the call was by the ref, but it looks like the play stands.
No, it was unsportsmanlike conduct.
Unsportsmanlike conduct?
We won't repeat the number, but he said the number.
On someone. So it's 55-28.
Is that a good roster right there?
Yes, it is.
Because I'd like to see who it was. Let me see here.
1:18 left. GP to kick off. Kicker Kev at the 40. Be interesting to see in the last minute 18. A lot of time. Prep should be able to move this ball pretty well down the field. They've been scoring almost at will in the fourth quarter. So that unsportsmanlike conduct is going to push GP back another 15 yards to the 25. So Prep should end up with great field position and a minute 18 on the clock. See how far Kev can kick this. He slams it down to the 20. Prep takes control of the ball. Down at about the 43-yard line. Excellent field position. Woodward with the return. Woodward's been handling the ball all night long for Prep. Chris Cuneo just nods his head. Never speaks. 48 seconds left on the clock. Clock running. They're going to pass. Long ball, looking over his shoulder. Catches it out of bounds.
That was a good catch out of bounds.
It was a good catch out of bounds, but
let's see that again. Look at that. Look at he following it. Oh no, he didn't catch it.
He didn't? Oh. It was an admirable try, though.
I thought it looked like he did from here, but
He was
that's why we have replay.
He was almost limboing, looking straight over straight backwards. (20) Jackson Woodward out of bounds on the right-hand side. 7 seconds. The clock stops. Timeout by Seattle Prep. Last one of the ball game. They're dead center at the 50 on the right hash mark, near hash mark. Prep lining up on the ball already. GP not even on the field. Now they're back. Going to get one last play. I imagine it's going to be a pass play. Screen to 38. Randall Schulk. And he's all the way for a touchdown.
Good for him.
Amazing. And that's the ball game.
They do not give up.
Prep not giving up tonight. Nope, no extra point. So the end of the ball games. GP wins 55-34. And now it's a chance to see if we can get those guys to wrangle up the offensive line. So an excellent ball game. GP showing why they're in postseason play. Firing on all cylinders, especially offense. Well, defense as well. I mean, they basically, the first string defense, shut down Seattle Prep's high caliber running offense. Kept them to only 25 total yards, but that includes punt returns and kickoff returns. And GP able to stock up what? Carter had 4 touchdowns, Guffey with 1, and Bunt with 1. And then Wyatt with the one here in the 4th. GP looking almost unstoppable with their first string offenses and defenses in. So we'll see what the boys can put together here. It looks like they were able to round them up. There's Rainbow on crutches, limping back to the... And so we'll go down to the field to Scott Oshman and Ron Hinthorn with the players of the game, the offensive line from Glacier Peak. We can get their microphone working.
All right, you got me, Johnny?
Yeah, we got you, Ronnie.
All right, we're down here with the offensive line trying to get all the players over here. So I'm going to turn this back to Scott here. We're going to take these one at a time. Here you go, Scott, babe.
Hey, guys. This year, I mean, the O-line, you guys get no love. Tim and I never talk to you. You never get interviewed by the wedge, which is everybody wants. But over 4,000 yards of offense, over 2,000 rushing yards. Dexter Carter out of his mind, Bunt, Black, all those guys. You guys deserve not only the season right now, but our adrenaline fundraiser player of the games. And I tell you, you came in, you had big shoes to fill. Well, what do you think about this year?
Well, obviously it's great that they're running for all these yards, but all that matters, is that we get the win. And, it's great to, as an offensive line, to see those guys do so well. So, yeah.
All right, that's Van Ness, the Bergman. Who's the big joker on this line?
We got to give that to Jake over here. Obviously, Jake. Jake's the best at the smack talk. We love Jake. That's about it.
And as far as center, you guys kind of trade off a little bit on center. I got to tell you, we've been critical, and last couple years sometimes about the snap, whatnot. You got a high-powered offense. You guys have really cleaned that up the last 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, that's been a big topic for us in practice and in the games. Coach Berg, he always lets us know when the snap's high or anything. We just got to reset, get it back to the middle, and we're good.
You've done well. Now we get to Area 51. Are you still Area 51, or is that just your big brother?
Just my brother, I guess.
I think I'm going to start calling you the comedian 51.
All right, sounds good.
Which do you like playing better, offense or defense?
I like defense, but playing offense is great.
All right, you guys excited? And we'll go down. Reynes, you're the jokester, though. Maybe I shouldn't call him the comedian. I just see his videos on Twitter.
Yeah. I just think of things on the spot more. He's good at impressions and, more thought-out jokes like that. I'm quick with my jokes.
You guys, you excited to be here for playoff football? You going to take it to the next level here?
Oh, yeah, really excited. Home to the Dome.
Home to the Dome. Howard, the big fella, baby. Hey, you had a heck of a task against Woodway, against Bellevue. You held the edge. You got a little banged up. You're going to be fine?
Oh, yeah, I'll be great. I'll be good.
What was your best game so far this year?
I was playing probably the close game against Bellevue, but Emmons Woodway was very fun, too. They were both great games.
All right, and then they went to the big power run, and they played the big Dvorak act, but he got a catch tonight, fellas. Yeah, no, you had the catch when Ramsey had to scramble. Remember that? That was heads up. Well, we didn't hear that. Kyle Dvorak, we see you on the court sometimes. You got a big catch tonight, but how fun is it to come and just run it down people's throat?
Oh, it's amazing. These guys welcomed me in this year playing lineman. I had no idea what I was doing. These are a great group of guys, and I love them.
All right, you go. I'm taking the thunder for Ron here, but hey, congratulations, all you guys, to get to this point. Now you gotta take it home to the Dome, baby. Hold these guys, hold that up. Our adrenaline fundraising players of the game. Back to Ron the Wedge.
Everybody's going to get a T-shirt tonight so they can hold us up for player of the game, for offensive player of the game here tonight. All their fans and parents down here taking pictures of them. That's a happy-looking crew down here tonight, guys.
They definitely deserve it, Ron.
All right, back to you in the booth. Scott will be up there in a minute, and we'll close this baby out.
I guess Scotty's going to run back up here, or should we just dial this up? I think we should just end it.
We're dialing it up.
Hey, excellent game tonight. We'd like to thank you all for watching. This is STSPN.com. Tune in again, and we'll have some more Glacier Peak or Wesco football playoff action.
Actually, tomorrow we've got 3 playoff volleyball games.
3 playoff volleyball games tomorrow. So tune in to STSPN.com. Thank you very much for watching.